It's a real honour to be standing here tonight, and it's also touches my heart. There's so many of my friends, people who've done groups with me, and people I like the concept of fellow pilgrims. I believe that we're pilgrims on planet Earth. We travel here, we don't know where we've come from, we don't know where we're going. We know we're here for a short space of time, and our lives are enhanced by being in the company of others, and I'll say more about that in a little while. So I'm going to briefly say a little bit about why I come to be standing here, other than I'm on the program, and that's where I got to be. But I just want to say a little bit about what led me to here, and what I'm hoping to share with you tonight, what I will be sharing with you tonight, is something of what I've learnt along my journey this far. I am 65 years old, and for the last 2/3 of my life, I've been on a very conscious spiritual journey, a place of exploration, seeing that our lives are much more enormous than we may have gathered. And again, I'll say a little bit more about that in a second. So I started life in a northwest London Jewish family, and was expected to have 2.4 children and a nice home and a big car. I've got 2 of my children here in the front. They're going to hate that I've introduced them. But I really thank you for coming along as well. I must have been in my mid-20s. I was with some friends, and we took some LSD at a friend's flat. And there I was with Pink Floyd playing in the background, and sort of everything becoming very distorted. It was very different in those days. By the way, this is not a pro-drug statement at all. I did this once, and I did this in my 20s, but it taught me something quite extraordinary. There I was with my friends, lying around, sort of Pink Floyd were playing, and we're all getting nicely merry and high, and it's all the rest of it. And I suddenly saw that I was a lot more than I'd believed I was. The boundaries of me as an individual shifted. And when that shifted, I started to talk to my friends about it. They said, "You're stoned, man, you'll come down in a while." And to this day, a lot of my friends are still saying, "He never came down from that that trip." And in some ways I didn't, but we don't ever stay in these places we get falsely. I don't say falsely as any statement of there's something wrong in it. It's just that for me, we have to earn the place we evolve into. We earn it through practice. We earn it through giving ourselves to what it is that we are born to do, as I see it. And I know that I'm doing the work I was born to do. So I went and worked in a hospice for a while, working with the dying, which I tell you is an extraordinary experience, because you are working at a level where there's no bullshit out there anymore. What happens when you're working with the dying is they absolutely know if you're there, if you're present with them, or you're not. And I watched them when people weren't present with them, just playing the game, and I watched them when people were present, really showing themselves, giving themselves, which didn't mean talking about their impending death, but it meant being willing to be with that vulnerability. And we only are with that vulnerability when it's safe. And in my groups, I often instruct people to find safe environments in which you can show yourself. Without safe environments, what we get is we start to show ourselves, and it becomes a dangerous place to show that place of vulnerability, something that can be attacked and got at. It says that inside every one of us is a diamond, D-A-E-M-O-N, and that diamond will nag at us and drive us nuts until we do what it is we were meant to do with this one wild and precious life. It's a Mary Oliver quote. So I hear that your diamond is driving you to do something about the state the planet's in. You're called to do that. And the second is the practice. This is a really simple one, actually. This is a practice of appreciation. Our lives are richer when we are shown that people see something of quality in us. And so I'd like to do a little exercise with this. I'd like to invite you, come sit down now, Julian, it's all right, because I'm going to invite you to do an exercise, and you can actually do it here and now. But I'd like to invite you to turn to possibly the person you've come with, okay? The person you've come with, or someone you haven't come with, because some of you are here on your own as well. But I'd like to explore being with the person who you come with. And I'd like you to take a moment just to be with that person and to soften your eye contact with them. So just turn to someone. So soften your eye contact. I want you to take a moment to do that, and I want you to see if you can actually say something to them that has some meaning. So this is not about lying. This isn't about finding some flowery words. It's about allowing yourself to see something in the other. So if you just we'll take about a minute just for both of you to do it. I won't ring a bell, but just say something to the other. So Louis, you can start here.
I'll start. See something extra beautiful in you tonight, Malcolm. Right deep in your heart. It's opened up, even more than it's ever done before, hasn't it, tonight?
Thank you.
It's lovely to see.
And I want to say that for me, you're one of the gentlest souls I've ever met. And I love having you in my life. I love having a friend like you who I know that you're always there.
You can get those thoughts, like when you connect with people, you can almost hear what they're saying within the eyes. You don't need words sometimes.
Well, I don't like it, but Kathy sees my vulnerability, so I can just about handle it. It's touching.
That's really lovely. Thank you, Julian.
Actually, it makes me feel really safe that she can see my vulnerability, because I'm then not hiding much. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.